Hey everyone, this is day 13 of the series. So starting from today, we are now going to focus on balance, incorporating lots of balancing poses and really starting to root down from the bottom of our feet, which is actually where the core begins, and working our way up. So I'm really excited about this part of the series. So let's get into a comfortable seated position. Grab a hold of your block, bolster, blanket, books, whatever you have. We are going to start with our 5-minute meditation. So come to a comfortable seat. Again, you could have your legs extended out in front of you. You can come to lay on your back, however you find most comfortable, but trying to allow yourself to stay alert. So relax the shoulders. Reach the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, draw the chin slightly down towards the chest, take a full deep breath in, breathing in from the belly, the lungs, the chest. Hold the inhale at the top. Exhale from the chest, down to the lungs, to the very bottom of the belly. Remember to get that full breath out. We're going to stay here for about 5 minutes. Relaxing all the muscles in the face, in the shoulders, in the back, in the arms. You're withdrawing the senses, so try to tune in to the body, into the self, and try to tune out what is around. I want you to start practicing. If you notice that parts of your body become itchy, just notice it. Try not to itch that part. If you notice that a leg or a foot becomes a little tingly or numb, again, just notice it. It is happening. But try not to move. Just staying still and surrendering. Incorporating the Ujjayi breath. Safe. You're in your sacred space. Full breath into the nose. Exhale. toes. And exhale. Bring the palms up towards the heart center, starting class off with an Om, full breath in. And start to flutter the eyes open, meet you in tabletop position. Just releasing your block from beneath the thumb. Spread the fingertips out really, really wide. Knees are hip width distance apart. Shoulders align with the wrists. Take a full breath in. The belly is slowly going to start to drop down. The tailbone rises up. Set the gaze forward and up. Keep the belly active. Exhale to roll under. Starting to tuck the tailbone under. Set the gaze towards the navel. Full breath in. Belly starts to droop down. Tailbone reaches back. Relax the shoulders. Gaze into heart. And sternum forward. Exhale to roll under. Full breath in, belly starts to lower, tailbone reaches back and up, relax shoulders. Exhale to roll under. On the next breath in, come back to neutral spine and just start to rock and sway the hips from side to side. Set the gaze towards the tailbone, almost as if you have a tail, you're just kind of wagging it back and forth. On the next exhale, just come back to neutral spine. Reach the crown of the head forward. Tuck the toes. You're going to send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and out. Point the big toe slightly inward. Activate the toes and the feet. The arms are strong. Keep a slight micro bend in the elbows. Set the gaze forward. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, start to tippy toe the toes to meet the hands. Take your time to get there. There's no rush. Finding your way forward fold. We're allowing the crown of the head to dangle down. From here, I want you to grab onto opposite elbows and start to sway from side to side. Again, you can always bend the knees here. What I typically love to encourage is to slowly start to make your way to having the knees not bent. So no knees bent. We're really starting to fire up the hamstrings, stretch up the hamstrings, the calves even. So release the hands down by the side and start to rock forward and then rock backwards. Notice the feet grounded. Keep the head dangling down. Just notice how it feels underneath your feet. Rooting down through all four corners. Inhale to slowly start to rise up. One vertebrae at a time. Rising all the way up to Tadasana pose, we're going to flow through 3 rounds of Sun Salutation B. So we've been doing Sun Salutation A this entire time, but we're actually going to switch it up to B for the next few days or maybe the next couple of weeks. Take an inhale. We're going to bring the big toes to touch, leave a space between the heels. Take an inhale, sweep the arms down and up. We're taking Uttanasana chair pose. Bring the palms to touch. Set the gaze towards the thumbs, drop the neck back, keep the belly strong. Take an inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Keeping the feet exactly where they are. Big toes touch, space between the heels. Hands are going to come down on either side of the left and right foot. So left hand comes down by the left, right to right. Your fingertips should be aligned with the toes. Again, you don't have to keep them planted down, even if you want to come up just to here. If you can, plant the palms down, plant them on either side of your left and right foot. When we take an inhale, the whole goal here is to inhale to keep the palms planted down, set the gaze forward, that's a flat back. If not, we can keep the fingertips touching, or you can bring hands to shins. You can even bring your hands towards your hips, but try not to hyperextend the knees. So, okay, so bring the palms down, inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, we're gonna, this time I am gonna just float right back, chaturanga. You can walk the right foot back, followed by the left. Lower down chaturanga as you exhale. Okay? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Take an inhale, halfway, or upward dog or cobra. Notice the inner thighs engage. If you can make it into upward dog, just take a moment and notice that the low belly is still drawn in. You're reaching the tops of the feet down towards the ground. Inner thighs are engaged. The shoulders are relaxed. You're really pushing down towards the ground. You're not slouching down in the shoulders. As you exhale, we're going to roll the toes, send the hips up and back, find down dog. Now from here, instead of taking 5 breaths, we're making our way into warrior one. So the left foot's going to walk slightly forward at a 45-degree angle. Right foot meets between the hands at the top of the mat. So you're already setting up for warrior one. Your left toe should be pointing up to the top left corner of the mat. Your hips are internally rotating. As you inhale, we're going to rise up, find Virabhadrasana A, warrior one. Now notice the internal rotation of your hips. Keep left hip forward as you start to pull the right hip back. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, lower hands down, frame right foot to left, find plank, exhale, chaturanga. Take an inhale, rise upward dog or cobra. Exhale, find Adho Mukha. Opposite side, right foot slightly forward, 45. Left foot meets between the hands, top of the mat. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. As you exhale, I want you to remember one thing. When you do exhale to lower down, it's all one exhale. As you lower, plant the hands on either side of your left foot or right foot either side. Left foot or right foot meets back, plank, chaturanga. All one exhale. So take a full breath in, arms reach up. Exhale, lower left hands to frame left foot to right, chaturanga. Inhale, rise upward dog or cobra. Exhale, find Adho Mukha. 5 breaths here. Again, big toes point slightly inward. We're keeping the internal rotation of the hips. Keep the belly active. Keep the belly really strong. Shoulders are relaxed between the arms. Keep the fingers spread out really broad, wide. I want them to be very wide. One more inhale. Gaze forward, walk, step, or float the feet towards the hands. Big toes will touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Big breath in. We're going to sweep the arms down and up. Find Utkatasana chair pose. Keep the belly strong. Keep the tailbone reaching down. Palms touch. Gaze towards the thumbs. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands meet at heart center. 2 more rounds. Full breath in. Keep the feet exactly where they are. Big toes touching. Space between the heels. Inhale, sweep the arms down and up. Chair pose. Palms together. Gaze up. Exhale, lower down. Forward fold. Full breath in. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Walk, step, or hop back. Take plank or all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, rise upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left foot slightly forward, 45. Right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale to rise all the way up, warrior one. Exhale, lower hands down, frame right foot, right to left, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, rise upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Again, right foot slightly forward, 45. Left foot meets between the hands. Inhale, rise upward to warrior one. Exhale, lower hands down, frame left foot. foot, left foot to right, plank, chaturanga, all one, exhale. Inhale, rise, upward dog or cobra. And exhale. Five breaths. Ujjayi breathing, constrict the back of the throat. One more big inhale. Gaze forward. As you exhale, walk, step, or float. Big toes to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to lower. Breathe in. Sweep the arms down and up. Find chair pose. Palms together. Gaze towards the thumbs. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands down towards the heart. One more round. Keep the feet exactly where they are. Inhale, sweep the arms down. Find Utkatasana chair pose. Palms touch. Exhale, lower down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Plant the hands. Walk, step, or float back. Take plank and exhale, chaturanga. When ready, inhale, rise, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left foot slightly forward, 45. Right foot to the knees between the hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, lower down. Right to left, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, rise, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, find down dog. Right foot slightly forward, 45. Left foot this time forward. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, lower down. Left foot to right, plank, chaturanga. Rising up, warrior one or upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, 5 breaths. Remember to internally rotate the hips, spreading the fingers out wide, little micro bend in the elbows. Keep the belly strong, relax the shoulders away from the ears. One more big breath in. Gaze forward, exhale, walk, step, or float the feet towards the hands, big toes touch. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale to lower. Breathe in, sweep the arms down and up. Find chair pose, Utkatasana, palms touch. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands come down towards the heart center. So we're gonna come and stay exactly where we are on our mat. And we're going to practice a couple of standing balancing poses. So the first one we're going to practice is warrior one. So what I want you to know or notice with warrior one, a lot of the time you could start it this way. A lot of the time you can come from warrior, we're going to warrior three, sorry. So we sometimes come from warrior one into warrior three, but today we're just going to come into standing pose and come into warrior three this way. So bring your hands towards the hips. I want you to set the gaze to one spot in front of you. So this is called your drishti. It's where we're going to bring our focus, our focal point. You're going to stare at this gaze the entire time you're in the pose. And a lot of the time when you're in a class and surrounded by a lot of people, you'll kind of start to see people in these balancing poses, and sometimes they'll fall out, and that's totally normal. So what I try to do is when I'm at home and do my own practice, I really try hard to meditate on this one spot. So when I am in a studio practicing and I see some people moving around, you're really honestly just staring at that one spot, nothing else is happening around you, and you're withdrawing the senses. So yeah, just want to give you that little tidbit there. So really root down through the left foot. Bring the hands towards the hips, find your drishti. Notice the core activate. Okay, so relax the shoulders. I want you to just keep a little micro bend in the left knee. Don't hyperextend, okay? So from here, we're gonna step just slightly the right foot back, keeping the toes high. We're staying up high on the right toes. So from here, when you're ready, I want you to slowly start to extend the chest forward. You have the option to extend the arms forward with it. You can extend the arms back for airplane pose. You can bring the hands towards the heart center, or you can keep your hands towards the hips. For me right now, I'm gonna keep them at my hips. Now really notice the rooting down in the left foot, micro bend in the left knee. From here, I want you to start to tippy toe the right toes up and down, up off of the ground. Keep the core strong, keep the belly drawn in. Gaze is at that one spot in front. Just start to tippy toe and just notice. You might notice after a while that you can actually kick back the right foot. When you do make your way into Warrior 3, hips stay parallel towards the ground. Your right hip might start to pop up. You don't want to come into half moon. You want to stay parallel towards the ground, towards your mat. So just keep tippy-toeing up and down. Keep the belly active. If you can, just start to hover the right foot up off the ground. I want you to flex your right foot. Keep the heel reaching back. I'm going to extend my arms back, finding airplane pose. One more inhale. As you exhale, come back to standing. Right foot lowers. You can wiggle out the left foot. Rotate the left ankle. We're going to come on the opposite side, so it might feel different. I know it does for me. I have a harder time on my right side than I do on my left. Not sure why exactly, but just some, I try to find some kind of homeostasis, some balance in life, and it can be hard, but so really root down to the right foot this time. Again, find that one spot, your drishti. Stepping left foot back. Keep the belly reaching in, hips parallel towards the mat, towards the front of the mat this time. When you're ready, start to shift the body forward, tippy-toeing left foot up and down, up off the ground. And if you do get it off the ground, I want you to flex your left foot. Notice that I'm really starting to wiggle on this side. Left hip starts to lower. Arms can extend back. Keep the belly strong. Gaze forward at that one spot. One more inhale. Exhale, lower left foot down to meet the right. Wiggle up the right leg. Do what makes you feel good. So from here, we're going to go into tree pose. So we're just going to go through, for each class for the next 6 days or 5 days, because on the 6 days when we actually do the self-exploration meditation, we're going to go through 2 standing poses. And actually, instead of doing tree, we are doing more of an internally rotating hip class. So I'm actually going to bring in dancer's pose. I know that sometimes people call baby dancers, but the whole point is to get into dancer's pose. This is still dancer's pose. So we're going to root down through the left foot. Now with the dancer's pose, you can grab a hold of your foot or your ankle on the inside or the outside. It really doesn't matter. For me, I like to grab on the inside. It actually helps me open up my chest a little bit more when I do kick back into my foot. So from here, I'm trying to think of the best way to show you from this angle. So really root down with the left foot, placing your left hand on your left thigh. From here, if you do have a wall next to you, you can grab the wall as well. Same with Warrior 3. So if you're close to a wall, grab a hold of a wall or a chair. This way you can still kind of slowly work away from the chair or the wall eventually. So place the left hand on the left hip. From here, we're going to grab a hold of our right ankle. So again, I like to grab on the inside for the most part. But today, I'm just going to practice on the outside because we're not going to get to full dancer's pose today. So what I want you to do here, and if you are in this pose and you are holding onto the wall or a chair, I want you to start to really reach the right knee down towards the ground. And from here, I want you to start to push your foot in towards your hand. Notice the activation in the right thigh, the stretch in the right hip even. Now you do have the option to let go if you are holding on to something. Another option is extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. And really, you're still pushing your right foot into your right hand. You have the option to slowly start to kick back. This is an option. Another option is to keep kicking back, opening up the chest, keeping the right foot flexed. That's an option. But for now, we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to keep grabbing a hold here and push back. And you can come back and push and then come back. So we're going to come on the opposite side. We're down to the right foot. Again, gaze is set to one spot. Even if you are holding onto something that's helping you stay supported and stable, I still want you to set your gaze to that one spot. So grabbing a hold of your right hip this time. Our right hand comes down by the side, our left hand comes down by the side, sorry. Keep rooting down to the right foot. Again, this is my bad side. So grab a hold to your left leg, left foot. Notice that you're starting to push into your left hand with your left foot. Keep the left foot flexed. Keep your core strong. Option to extend the right arm up towards the ceiling. Relax the right shoulder. Again, option to kick back. This is just an option. Okay, so come back. We're going to lower the left foot down, right foot down. You can wiggle everything out. And that was our balancing poses for day 13. It's very exciting. We're going to come to sit on the ground. We're actually going to extend the legs out in front and come into Dandasana pose. We did a lot of upward dogs and a little bit of back bending too with our dancer's pose. So bring the hands up towards the ceiling. Toes are going to be flexed. I want you to keep the toes pointing towards the heart. I want you to keep the belly drawn in. Reach the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, slowly start to reach forward. So you can grab onto the toes. You can grab a hold of your shins. If you can make it here, you go where your body is wanting you to go. Okay, so keep your feet flexed though. This is not a passive pose and we're still activating the core. Relax the shoulders. One more breath in and out. Inhale to roll up the spine one vertebrae at a time. Take your time. Rising all the way up. Place the soles of the feet to the ground. From here, I just want you to windshield wash the knees just side to side. From here, come to your seated pose. Thank you very much. For day 13, we're going to end the class off with an palms come towards the heart center. Full breath in. Bring the thumbs up towards the third eye. Thank you so much for joining me on this day 13 of our series. We're getting really, really close. We're almost halfway there. I'm really proud of where you are and where you've come so far. These next 5 days I'm really, really excited about. We're getting a little bit deeper and stronger into our practice and into our asanas. So I'm really, really looking forward to what we have planned for the next 16 days. So thank you guys so much. From my heart to yours, namaste. Again, I always encourage, take all the time you need. If you'd like to keep practicing your balancing poses, practicing the ones that we did practice this today on day 13, I always encourage it. If you want to go back to the classes that we've already practiced, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Thank you so much and enjoy your day.